I think housing is so important all the time, but especially in recent years or year and a half over COVID, I think we saw how important housing was to families and individuals to stay healthy. But also the kind of housing that Eden delivers, where we think about the whole family and what our residents are going through, where we stopped and said, what can we do to help our residents through COVID? Can we, not raise rents? Can we help connect people to programs that will help pay their rent if they've been impacted by COVID? So I think all of that really underscores for me how important housing is, but certainly housing in this moment in time. We've seen the crisis. It feels sometimes silly to say crisis because I feel like we've been in crisis mode for a decade or more in the Bay Area, but I think it's just underscoring how important housing is in the Bay Area. So I've been here almost 14 years, and I started as a project developer right out of grad school. And I have two work babies, I call them. One is Altamira in Hayward at the South Hayward BART station. So that was a project that I worked on really early in my career. And then also Ford and Monterey, I think we down in San Jose. So Monterey Villa and Ford Road Family are their new names. So those two projects are really special and meaningful to me because I worked on them for a long time. But over the years, there's a few more. Certainly one that I worked really hard on for many years because it was in Marin, the Whistle Stop project. We're going to start construction next year. So very excited about those two. Obviously, I've felt very personally included at Eden over the years because I've stayed here for so long. And I think for me, it's a little bit of two things. Certainly like all of the opportunities for professional development and growth that I've had and new challenges. It feels like I'm always learning something. So that's a big important thing for me in my career. But I think what keeps me really is the personal connection I feel to the work and our mission and just all the great people. I just love coming to work. I really feel like I found my tribe here. And I just love working with the people and really being a part of this big call to action where we're all kind of working towards the same goal, which is really serving our residents. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is at our core and is kind of in our DNA. Many people may not know this story, but the original founders of Eden really came together around what was called open housing at the time, but we all know as fair housing. And they weren't able to get that bond or that ballot measure passed in Alameda County. And so, not to be deterred, they just said, well, fine, we're going to build our own housing that accepts everyone. So I think that's a great story, and it's a great reminder of like how important that work has been for Eden and that issue. But I think we all have, we recognize in modern times, we always have to keep a focus on that and see what we can do better. And I've seen Eden really do that in the last couple of years from the top down, like really thinking about what's our board composition look like, hiring internal staff to focus on that with Lorenzo. But also I was really proud of my development team because they came together in the summer after the George Floyd murder and created their own racial justice group to really just say, what can we do? So it's been both kind of top down, but also kind of a grassroots movement too within the company, and that's been really great to see.